Well, okay guys, this time we're looking at a new Belkits, a 1/24 scale Ford Fiesta RS. And of course, is the 2017 World Rally Champion. And the kit depicts the car at Monte Carlo Rally. And the kit number is BEL012 in the beautiful Red Bull livery. Here we can see it's licensed under Ford and it's made in China. Okay, now let's open the box. First, we can see rubber parts and also the chrome parts. Chrome parts for lights. And then there's a pack of metal pieces. I have no idea what they are for, so we'll have a look at it later. And then we have a thread of photo edge parts, which look nice. Then we come to sprues of plastic parts. Clear parts are nicely packed, and the rest are all individually sealed in a plastic bag. There are total 4 sprues of white and 1 sprue of clear parts. Decals are huge, and there are 2 sheets of them. And then the instruction. This must be the main body. Oh yes, the main body is nicely packed in its own box. Initially, it looks quite nice. We'll have a look closer later. Now let's look at the instruction. On the cover, there's a photo of the box, and the paints call-outs are for Tamiya, Revell, Hambro, and Mr. Color Aqueous paint. Well, the instruction looks like it's being printed in a home-use printer, and the illustrations are not very clear. Well, it starts with building the engine, and then the suspension, and then the brakes. Then we complete the chassis with the diffuser and the protection plates. Then we come to assembly of the seats and the safety belts. Next is the spare wheel and the details inside the driving compartment and the steering column. After that is the assembly of the roll cage. Then is the installation of the driving compartment onto the chassis. Here are the indications for hole needs to be drilled for antennas and night lights. painting of windows, and then the installation of the windows. Here is the adding of all the external details. Then we come to adding of the headlights and the front grille. And here is where the metal pieces are used. Here's the assembly of the night lights with the photo etch parts, and then the installation of the night lights. Here is the assembly of the rear wings and also the tail lights. Now is the instruction of how to install the body onto the chassis. And complete the model with the installation of these two side panels. And finally, the instruction of decaling. Okay, now let's look at the parts. First, the main body. Looking closely, the injection is quite nice, but the molding is not that sharp. It's not as sharp as Tamiya, nor as sharp as Fujimi. The surface seems like polished, but when looked closely, there's a slight texture all over it. So the polishing of the mold was like halfly done. The recess line is not very even and also not really that sharp. Here are some close-up shots of the body. Well, now here are all the other injection parts. Well, the details are good, but like I said, the molding is on the soft side and the details are not that sharp. come to the clear parts. Taking a closer look, because the thickness of the parts are not very even, so there's a lot of distortion. Even though they are very clear, I must say they are not the best in the world. And then we have the chrome parts, where as usual the chrome parts are for the headlight and the tail lights. Then we come to that pack of metal pieces. There is the ribbon for the safety belt, then after studying the instruction, we know these metal pieces are the little wing nuts for the front and the back of the car. They are all pre-cut and pre-shaped, and it is a really nice feature of this model kit. And here is a pre-cut mask, I assume for the windows. I don't know whether you can see it under the light. I tried to get the reflection so that it shows up. The tires are okay. The rubber sheets is a nice feature. And you can see the tracks on the tires are not really that sharp. But tires are one of the most difficult things to make with injections. So these are normal. And then we come to the photo etch parts. The etchings is sharp and the parts are very nice. And then we come to the decals. There are 2 sheets of them. And the small sheet has the Red Bull logos on it. The printing of the logos is very nice because it has a chrome background with the candy red printed over it, and it's very high-tech and very unusual. Since the decal was printed by cartograph, so the printing was very nice. The colors are solid and good, and the registration is spot on. No complaint on this decal whatsoever. The second sheet of decals, it's huge, and it's also very nicely printed because it has area that's a gloss and then areas that are matte. So it replicate the livery of the real car very faithfully. Initially, I wasn't going to build this model. I was going to just rebuild it. But after looking at the decal, I think I would like to take the challenge of finishing up the kit. I think the finished model will look very nice with the gloss and matte livery. So please wait for my videos on the building of this kit. Well, thanks for watching. I have a few Model Factory Heroes kits on the editing suite. So please watch out for future reviews. Thank you and bye-bye.